Good morning, folks. It is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, and it is currently 7:40 a.m. in the morning, almost 8 p.m. And I'm finally seeing some movement on the scale. I tried to track it all day yesterday and I didn't see any, and I woke up to go to the bathroom because I started drinking a lot of water upon you guys' recommendation that I could be dehydrated with all the extra added heavy hitting sugars, and I think that was definitely what part of my issue was. I think the dehydration may have been a big part of it. So
Hello. Please step on the scale.
I hit some electrolytes and some water, and hold on, let's get the weight secure because I want you to see this. This is
Your weight is 282.6 pounds.
so that's quite a few pounds lost. Dehydration. So yeah, got it. Now I know what my issue was. Now I know how to fix it. That big old jug of apple juice, I drank that and it worked me, but good God, that I had to be a gallon or more. That was a huge jug of apple juice. I drank that thing within 30 minutes, the whole thing, and it hit my stomach like a brick. And I actually went up about 2 pounds. I said 7 pounds, but I was just looking at the number on the scale, which was 207 at the time. So now we're at what was that? 282.6. So I'm gonna subtract that from my last stall's weight. 282.6 equals. Alright, so I had 2.5 pounds lost. So that kind of makes up for my stall, don't you think? That's almost a pound a day since the stall. Yeah, if I could drop another 2 pounds today, or even 1.5 pounds, that would totally make up for any stall that I had, for sure. I think I can get 1.5 pounds down today. I think I got a formula dialed in. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't think I'm going to continue to lose 2 pounds a day from this point forward. Like I say, trust me, in the 200s, I'm going to be slim once I start hitting around the 270s on into the 250s and the 240s. A lot of you may even think at those points I've lost enough weight. So we'll see once we get there, because that is where we plan on going with all this. But yeah, 2.6, a little over 2.5 pounds lost since the stall. Yeah, we'll take that. That's almost like it never even happened right now. It's almost like it's been erased. That's what I was hoping for, something like that. And I was a little worried about it. I was a little concerned. I weighed in last night around, like I said, around 1:30, 2 a.m., somewhere around there. I got up. I had to use the bathroom. Went and used the bathroom, hit the scale, and I was still at that time 205.8. So I was actually, I'm at 295.8. Excuse me, still early. 295.8 pounds, and I was thinking, well, that's still up from where my stall was by a few points. So I was a little concerned about waking up and not seeing results this morning. All I can say is thank the Lord for that. I thought I wasn't going to eat anything else yesterday, so I decided to have that mixed berry smoothie. I said, nah, make me or break me. I'm going to at least eat twice a day. That that big apple juice was my meal. Trust me. There was a lot of sugar involved in that apple juice. Go get you a big container of Mott's like that and drink it for yourself, and you'll see. You'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of how that affects you. But yeah, if your pipes are clogged, the Mott's go a long way. Got things moving. Got me regular again. And plus the hydration, because in the beginning of all this, I was doing straight wet fruit, which was what Cole was telling us at the time, to eat the wet fruit. Listen, Cole's got a lot of methods out there that work, and some of his methods work better for people than his other methods do. So that is the one that has been working the best for me during this whole thing, above the heavy hitting sugars. And I like the heavy hitting sugars, do not get me wrong, and I do plan on implementing them into my smoothie, but maybe not as heavy as I was doing. Or maybe I will experiment with that after the month is over. The important thing for me at this point now is to continue with what he gave me in the beginning, which was working so I can get the most out of this month. That is very important to me, because that's how I planned on doing this from the start, and I want to finish strong as I started within the month of May. And instead of me having to backtrack and turn my results around, I like to keep the results pushing forward as much and as fast as possible. So I'm hitting the gas with what I know for now. And yeah, I will implement a lot of those things, because I have bought a lot of jams and stuff that I can use instead of the honey. You know, I could use like a tablespoon or two in my smoothies, you know, here and there, you know, between that and the honey and different stuff like that. I'm gonna head to the store, and I will talk to you in the car to finish this out. On second thought, I'll finish the talk out here on the porch. Yeah, my wife wanted me to run to the store this morning, and let's see. Let's get the money shot there. Let's get the flowers in there. There we go. There we go. Lovely thumbnail right there. Yeah, it's a new morning. We're having results. It's like the style never happened. With the 2.5 pounds of weight loss, we're excited about it. Now, another thing too that I want to address is 4:30 yesterday afternoon is when I ate that last berry smoothie. It was a large one, and it filled my stomach up. I mean, that's a lot of berries. I mean, when you're talking blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries, and they put very little strawberry in there. Strawberry does fill up them tumblers quite a bit. But with those in there and the size of the tumblers on that NutriBullet, you're getting a lot. I mean, a lot of volume of food in there. Not to mention, I used cranberry juice as the as the juice to fill it with. You know, I had some thick, very thick slushy out of that smoothie. It was a lot of food, and one of the mistakes I've been making also is munching on some of that jam throughout the day. Eating that, on a little later, Cole ain't the only one, giving out some advice, as far as how to handle the diet. Mark Smelly Bill offers some advice too. He talked about 16-8 was good with this, and I think I agree with that. You got to give your body some time to adjust away from food as well, I don't think it, and also, he's more my age. Me and Mark Smelly Bell are closer in age now. We're definitely not closer in fitness, but we're definitely closer in age by maybe 2 years, difference between the two of us. So I'm starting to listen to what he has to say about some of it too. I think it's important to get perspective, from different people, different walks, of the way they're doing and handling things. I think all of that's good to take in from different perspectives for sure. The whole diet fasting fiasco, I'll have to do a deeper dive into that at some point in a video. I actually looked up the definition of fasting and the definition of diet, and both of them fit in a situation where you're either abstaining from certain foods, making it like more controlled fasting situation, and also the diet aspect, where you're only eating certain foods and you're sustaining away from different foods. So even though they're different topics, they both kind of, address the same thing in opposite directions. So with that being said, you could almost take your pick, or you could do both, or you could say both. And when you're talking about diet, that's the certain foods that you are eating. And here I go talking about it anyway. I guess I won't need another video for it, but yeah, look up the definitions for yourself and judge for yourself. I mean, it all fits. It all works. I think Cole's to the point where I seen in his live stream, he said that use or rip off his content. He said, I don't care if you call it the sugar diet. I don't care what you call it. I don't care if anything. I just want the word out there. I just want my message out there. So there you go. I think that's all I needed to hear. So maybe that clears up some of the confusion out there. I think he's still more pro on the sugar fasting side. And I can see why. Because he's trying to separate it from other diets that already exist, and I think that's important to him, and it's important to me too, because I plan on using this, just like he says, as a weight loss weapon. This is nothing but a tool in my tool belt for me, just like the intermittent fasting part that Mark Smelly Bell recommended. As far as doing this with this diet goes, I think I'm going to. I did that last night. I think I've been doing that most of the time. Especially when I was seeing the harder hitting, better results on that scale, 2 meals of wet fruit a day and snacking in between as I was hungry, but making dang sure I went at least 16 hours on a fast. Around 5 in the afternoon, if that's my cutoff time, 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, I think that's a good stretch of day to get your food and nutrition. I think that's a good stretch of day to get your food and nutrition in. When I was growing up, my grandparents did a similar thing with us, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't get to snack after dinner. You eat enough for dinner, you didn't eat it all until breakfast the next morning. Old folks, they were picky about their food, and what they spent on it, If they had leftovers in the refrigerator, if you didn't, they had plans for that dinner. Like my papa, my grandpa, he was a hard man. Tough as nails, He might have planned for that to be his lunch, leftovers to be his lunch for the next day. He didn't want you dabbling in it and eating up all his lunch for work the next day. Not when he's got plans for you to have breakfast the next day and that be your food, and lunch and stuff like that. You just couldn't just have your way with food back once upon a time. So I think that's a good practice to be in. 8-hour window is plenty enough time to get your food in. And if you need it to be a little longer, then you can start eating your breakfast maybe around 10, 11 a.m. in the morning, however you want to do it. I ain't never been a big breakfast eater, so when Cole said, to me, if you can't get breakfast, at least get juice. So juice has been my thing here lately for breakfast, and it's not quite time for my little window to open yet. I got an hour before that happens. Because I will not start eating until at least 9 o'clock. So some of you wanted a little bit of a window into what I eat in a day. So, listen, that's the important thing about this whole thing to me. That was the most important thing, and the reason I took it on to begin with was the fact that I didn't have to actually do long fasts. A 16/8 is a reasonable fast, not a long fast. That's a reasonable amount of time. That's nothing to sneer your nose up at all. That's a reasonable time frame for food. But yeah, for me, breakfast is my daily meals look like this: juice in the morning, and I don't mean a big, huge container of it either. I mean a reasonable, maybe a 2 or 3 serving size, bottle. About like one of them small Sunny D style bottles. That's probably what I'll have this morning, some Sunny D for breakfast. And then maybe 2 smoothies, or maybe 1 smoothie and some grapes, or some grapes and tangerines and stuff like that. I think I might go get me some grapes and tangerines today, and that be my breakfast this morning. Some grapes and tangerines. I ain't had that in a while. I actually enjoy eating some solid fruits and stuff instead of just smoothies all the time. I'll probably do that in a smoothie. That's what my food will look like. I'm gonna do what I eat in a day video today behind this, so you can be sure to see exactly how I do it, because some of you have asked for it, and I try to deliver when you ask. So that will be today. All right, folks, things are moving right along. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, that's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.